Hey guys, today I'm going to give you a great exercise that you can do no matter what stage of business you're in, founder, farmer, tinker, or even thief. And that's called sales boxes. And what it does is it gives you a picture of the low-hanging fruit in your business, the easiest ways to grow, and also help your clients more. So here we go, sales boxes. So on your screen, you can see a really simple 2x2 here. And you can do this on a piece of paper with a pen. You can do it right now. Go ahead. I'm doing it on my iPad so that you can see it. And also to remind me to invite you to gymownersunited.com. That is a free Facebook group that we run with 6,000 gym owners worldwide. It's wide open just because we want to help gym owners be successful. We've been doing this for a decade now. We share data, we share tips, articles. I'm in there about once a day to answer questions. So if you have questions about sales boxes, just find this video and answer your question beneath, and me or my team will get right to you and help you out. So the first thing that we want to do is look for the easiest opportunities to grow our business. When we take people through our ramp up program, they're always surprised to find out like there are some really easy ways that they can help their clients more that will help them too, that they're overlooking. So in this first square here, this current clients, current services square, what I'd like you to do is list the services that you currently sell at your gym. So maybe you sell PT, maybe you sell, like one-on-one. I mean, maybe you sell a group coaching program, maybe you sell nutrition. Okay. So your first priority is to ask yourself, like, how many of my clients are using each service? And are there cases when one client should be using a different service or two services or even three? And the way that you address this is through regularly scheduled goal review programs. These are part of a bigger model that we call the prescriptive model, where you're meeting with your clients, you're measuring their progress, and you're giving them an updated prescription for exercise and nutrition to get them to their goals faster. Sometimes you're prescribing less visits, less work. Sometimes you're prescribing one instead of the other, and sometimes you're prescribing more. So for example, let's say that you have a client who is coming to your group program right now, but maybe they're not progressing as quickly as everybody else is. And so you want to look at them and say, like, what is actually the best prescription for them right now? Maybe they should switch to personal training for a month. Or maybe what they actually need is some help with their nutrition. Maybe they need some accountability. And so what you're doing is altering the prescription. In some very rare situations, you're actually downgrading people. Like in the summertime here, we take some of our clients in for a goal review and we say, you should just come to the gym twice a week and then do this supplementary program while you're at your cottage because you're just not in the city, whatever. Okay. So that's your first opportunity, is to do goal reviews with your clients and update their prescription based on what they should be doing, not what you can upsell, but what their optimal path to fitness is based on your experience as a coach. Okay, so that's the first thing. Your second opportunity is twofold. This is the easiest one, okay, by far. The second easiest one is to do one of two things. You can either sell new services to your current clients, or you can sell new clients on your current services. And I'm going to give you a tip here. You should probably be doing both. But until you have a system for this first box, you don't have to start at the second. So let's start with my favorite, which is new services to your current clients. Because the question, how can I help you more, usually makes this a really easy choice. Let me give you an example. You've got a lot of people aged 30, 25 to 35 in your box, right? A lot of these people will have young kids. These are people who understand the value and love exercising with you. And so if you can offer something for their kids, I'll give you a tip. People are more likely to pay for something for their kids than they are for something for themselves. But more importantly, you will be sharing the impact that you can have on one life into multiple generations. One of the best things that we can do for the world is to get kids exercising and help them find an activity that they love and they can pursue for life. And so maybe one of the things that you're adding here is a kids program. Now, I'll give you a caveat. If you don't love coaching kids, and secretly I don't, you want to have a coach who does, who's passionate about doing this before you add that kids program. But that's one good example. Another good example might be a specialty program. So this might be like weightlifting, okay? There might be some other things like running. The caveat with these things here, new services to your current clients, is that a lot of them are short term, especially when you introduce them. You want to introduce nutrition as like a 6-week challenge or a kickstart to get it off the ground, to measure whether it's going to have legs and whether that's the format that will really help your clients. When you first launch a kids program, you want to run it as a 6-week thing to make sure that you actually have the interest and the desire and you can keep the kids, right? When you start a weightlifting program, you want to run that short term first, and that might never become an ongoing program. But when you're adding these, there's a lot of opportunity there, and you launch them first as a short term, like a 6-week program, to make sure that it's going to work. You fire a bullet before you fire the cannonball. But that is easier than adding new clients to your current services. Adding new clients to your current services is what we call marketing. All right. So what we're doing here is we're using our current clients to expand our influence. And in our Two-Brain program, we teach 4 different funnels. We actually set up 3 funnels in our ramp-up program. We set up a referral funnel. We set up an organic lead gen funnel on social media, and we set up a paid lead gen funnel on Facebook and Instagram right in ramp-up. And then later on, we add a 4th funnel when you get into growth phase. But this is really something that you have to keep doing all of the time. And this is something that I didn't understand as a new box owner. And so while your biggest, easiest opportunities are always in this square can't be ignored. And this square is easy, so you shouldn't ignore it. So your marketing, you want to set up your funnel, right? What's your lead gen? What is your conversion or your like lead nurture process? What is your sales process? And then what's your onboarding process? You want to have that all set up. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and we've got a lot of media on that. And then finally, your 4th opportunity is selling new clients on new services. And I want to take a moment on this. I made it red because here's the thing. As entrepreneurs or as coaches, a lot of us are product oriented. We're not good at marketing. And so when, one service that we're offering like CrossFit or yoga or Pilates or boot camp, when that's not working, we think that the solution is we just need to build a new product. So we build CrossFit Lite, or we add boot camp, a 45-minute burn class or something like that. We start all over with a new service and a new product instead of looking for the easier opportunities because we just don't know how to do them. Right? We don't know how to do marketing, or we don't know how to do sales better, or we don't know how to add a weightlifting program in a way that increases value to our staff and our clients and the gym. And so what we do is we say, we need a brand new product. And so we open up something completely different. In the founder phase, this is a massive distraction, and you should be working on getting yourself to earning at least $100,000 per year on just one product first. In the farmer phase, this is a tempting distraction because we're trying to apply to or appeal to a bigger audience and create a bigger platform for our staff. But in the farmer phase, you can get to $100,000 a year in income, not just revenue, just by focusing on these other 3. So avoid this temptation here if you can. Finally, when you get into tinker phase, this becomes a real temptation because now you've got a little bit of time, you've got a little bit of money. And so you're tempted to go open something else that you're passionate about. Okay, a coffee shop. I love coffee. And the problem is that you'll be starting all over with no existing client base and no existing service. So you're going to have to build both. And so the learning curve on this square is huge. It can take years to get this right. Even if you're putting a coffee shop in your gym, even if some of your clients might want that service, you still have to figure out how to do that service. And that learning curve is steep. I mean, I've seen cafes that bankrupted gyms because the gym owner had his gym system dialed, but he didn't know anything about inventory and waste and staffing the juice bar. It's a real shame when that happens. And so the reason we're doing this sales boxes is this is a very tempting square. We're all attracted to novelty. We're entrepreneurs. We think that if we know how to run a gym, we can run everything, right? But instead, what I'm telling you to do is use this exercise to focus yourself on how to grow your gym fastest, which is this square. After that, the next easiest is going to be this square. And this, which is important, but not always as urgent or as quickly to get you results, is this square, marketing. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some perspective. And when you're deciding what can you do to build your business today, start at the top row.